What's up YouTube, Spectre here, back again on another sublime day. Look at this. This is day after the last video. It is spectacular. It's not like summer heat just yet, but oh, right now I don't have my face mask on, I don't have my neck scarf on, I don't even have my hoodie on. You see my little pale dangly wrists there? It's like, I've got my hoodie in my bag. I went to the petrol station, got fuel before I set off. I was like, you know what, I'm too hot with this, let's get rid of it. And it feels sublime, look at it, man. It's so good to be out in the sun, and it's like loads of bikes out. Oh, it's absolutely lush. This is a lovely road. I won't tell you what the speed limit technically is down it, but it's yeah, it's a lovely little road. Just heading up to Dartmoor now. Not the most imaginative, again, you've seen this road a million times. Apologies for the repetition. Just shove the mic a little bit lower there. Yeah, apologies for the repetition. I was gonna do a little like exploring some new lanes on the Himy type video today, like, you know, oh, timed that well, there's a tractor coming. Oh, I love the views along here as well. So we're heading up towards like Gunners Lake here from Callington behind us. Look, that all the way down the Tamar Valley right there. GoPro will do that zero justice as always, but like, stunning. Yeah, I was going to do this little like local like Himy kind of vibes, like I was going to go out and loop under, there's a little road from the petrol station that goes like under the A30, gets around to the top, and I was going to go down that and then just go explore the lanes up there, because I normally explore all the lanes sort of south of the A30. I was going to fix it up, and I find this like cool little ruined cottage kind of vibe right on when I was scouting on Street View. It looks really cool. It's not a proper cottage, not like the one I went and looked at before on the CG, link above, but yeah, it's more of just like this was probably an animal pen or, you know, storage barn or whatever. But it's still cool. It's still a little ruined building. Yeah, the Himy wouldn't start today, which was really great. So it's really late in the day now, because I wasn't planning. I was only going to like do local things, so I didn't like I didn't get out the door until like it's like 1 now, or like half 1, 2, I don't know. But yeah, so I can't really go very far. Let me just haul down a little bit. I'm now going to have to ride at 20 because I came in a little bit hot there. Because everyone loves average speed cameras. They you know, always good to just really disrupt traffic flow. Everyone have to do like mental maths to work out what sort of speed they should be averaging. Anyway, yeah, I was going to do a little local thing, and then the Himy didn't start, so now I'm just going to Dartmoor because it's sort of like it's too late in the day to go any further. Because as much as like it's a beautiful day, like it is still March, you know, the sun doesn't set that late. We'll lose the light quite quickly. I don't know what's up with the Himy. We'll investigate that later. The battery was on like 11.5, which should be fine, but it just wasn't turning the starter. The starter was like mostly just clicking. So whether that's related to the stalling issue and there's like a bigger problem with it, or whether that's just if you remember I mentioned before, the connector, like the power into the starter motor is really like rusty and grotty. I did take that off and like sand it back and clean it up and stuff, so it should be fine. But I'll take another look at it later, and I'll put some more charge in the battery in case it's that. As I said, 11.5 should be enough to start it just fine, but maybe it isn't, you know. But yeah, so I got a scuff of that plan. So yeah, I'm just heading up to Dartmoor now because it's close. I'm going to go up there. I'm going to go like Gunners Lake, Tavistock, like Pork Hill, Princetown, and then I'm going to see what sort of time it is when I get up there. I might go like up towards, not all the way, but up towards Moreton-Hampstead, like where BikerPics used to be, and then turn around, come back. I might stop off at Pork Hill and go climb the tour just opposite the car park there, because it's quite like accessible. See how the day goes, really. So it's just nice being out. It's like the weather's stunning, the roads are dry. I'm warm enough. I'm not warm, but I'm warm enough. Briefly mentioned BikerPics there. Obviously, roadside motorcycle photography company. I'm sure if you're online at all, you'll be well familiar with them. So they shut down, or like sold the company a little while ago, and it's been bought out by someone else now. So it's still going. And I believe they've just had their first set of photo shoots since the revival this weekend. And there's a new website, there's a new app on the way eventually. There's not been a shoot down this way just yet, but I hope there is at some point soon, because my photo when I went past them before on the Magna was before I had the cowl painted, and the cowl was still black. So I'd like to get an updated picture with the yellow cowl, and maybe I can wear my yellow jacket and, you know, get a nicer image. Yeah, hopefully they'll come down here again soon. But it's good that they're still kicking, because it's like getting a photograph of yourself on the bike, a proper, like, actual decent quality one, unless you know a photographer, it's really quite a hard thing to get. Like, and like, it's you can't just stick a tripod up and just grab a video screenshot, because it's like with the movement and everything. So it's, yeah, it's a good little service. They got a bit expensive towards the end. I don't know what the new pricing is going to be like, but yeah, they were. I think as the business was like struggling for money, they started putting the pictures up and up and up to try and compensate, and then inevitably drove away business somewhat. So yeah, we'll see what they come in at, but it's good that they're back either way. And even if it's a little expensive, you just buy one photo, like, you know, here and there, just to have, and then you can have that like printed out in your garage and stuff. It's a nice little thing to do. Oh, I love this little bit. This is in Gunners Lake, and we've got the bridge over the Tamar here. Probably really inconvenient living in Gunners Lake. I like those ones up there. I'd love to like ride up that track. Bloody hell, you're brave. Perambulator up the hill. Yeah, thank you, sir. Oh yeah, look at the steepness of those tracks. This hill's steep as hell. Like, it doesn't really look it because of the camera, but it's quite a spot. I always want to get a photo on this side, like looking down the valley, but there's not really any turn-ins. I have a little nose up there. There's like a used car dealer up there, I think, and they have interesting stuff periodically. I saw a big square body Volvo there. Cheers. Oh, this road is always wet, and of course I've got a van ruining it. Lovely. Yeah, handy little cut through this to save going around the corner. One-way street this. We'll go off a junction at the end of it, but it's not too bad. But yeah, that nice square body there. But they used to have, for a while, they had a Suzuki X90, and that's a car that I've kind of had the hots for a while, because it's just like weird. It's just kind of, if you try to like commission that car or like describe that, the pitch it, people are like, what are you talking about? Like, it's like, okay, so we're going to take a small body convertible car like the Cappuccino or the MX-5. We're going to make that a Targa top instead of a convertible, and then we're going to stick it on a Suzuki Jimny chassis so it's tall and four-wheel drive. And you'd go, huh, I wonder who that market's for. You know, the rural hairdresser perhaps. Who needs to, I like this as well, dad's coach. That's quite cool. But yeah, it's such a bizarre car, but like, it's cool, and I like weird stuff. I like weird vehicles. So obviously I live in the countryside as well. Not that I need a four-wheel drive. Like, I drive around a Renault Kangoo just fine. But yeah, when I'm looking at like convertibles and stuff, that is on my list, because it's just weird and silly and kind of outrageous. But it's arguably the perfect car for cool, because it's like small and it's not very wide. It's only like, it's probably a narrower track than this Jag in front of us, and it's got a really short wheelbase, so you can like stick it in farm gates and stuff without it like to turn around without being an issue. But then you've got that four-wheel drive to, like, if it snows or if it's muddy, or if you're, I don't know if you go green laning in one, but it's you've got options, you know. But yeah, you've still got the convertible vibes, so you've still got the roof down. Targa's not as cool as the full convertible. My landlord prefers Targas. He drives like various convertibles, and he prefers the Targa because he doesn't like being looked at, so he likes that you're a little bit more like private, and that's a fair argument. But and obviously Targas are a lot more simpler, so you've got less to go wrong with a Targa, because you've only got the seals around the removable panels, but there's no hinges, there's no motors, there's no like, it's not like mad complicated or liable to leak or anything. So there are benefits, but I don't know, I need to try one, because I need to see whether it would feel, I want it to feel fully open, a bit like riding a bike. Like when I had an MX-5, the thing I loved was you were sat outside the car, like you put the roof down and there's nothing around you. It was a nice feeling. So I don't know if you'll get that really, but who knows. on the list of potential weird future cars. Speaking of cars, though, I saw when I was scoping the route this morning, I saw there was like a abandoned car behind a fence and like a sort of like dishevelled, run-down farmyard. And I wanted to go and see if it's still there, and it is. I don't know if I can show you. No, I probably can't show you pictures, unfortunately, because it's a bit close to where I live. But I keep finding these abandoned cars. Like, there's so many sitting around in Cornwall, both classics and moderns. Like there's going out towards Davidstow, there's a set of Volvos just abandoned outside a potentially empty house. I can't quite tell whether anyone's living there. I'll point those out to you next time I go to like Hilltop Farm Meet or somewhere like that. I'll point those Volvos out to you, because I did record a video where I pointed them out, but I've not released that video because it was introducing a series I don't know if I'm going to bother making now. But yeah, it's there's so many abandoned cars, and I want to go and save them all. I want to go and like, I want to have the money to go and rescue. There's a Porsche I've seen. There's like E-type Jags I know of. There's XJR Jags. There's all sorts of stuff around. There's a Triumph down towards Liscard that I pass every time I go to Checkered Flag. Just street parked for like 20 years. And it's like, oh, I need to set up like a shelter for abandoned vehicles and save them. And this one I saw today, like it's cool. Like it's like it might be a Lancia. I can't quite tell what it is. I need to try and find out who owns it. I know people who live near it, so I've messaged them, and I'm hoping like they'll be like, oh, it's our neighbour, you know, Farmer Tom. He'll show you around it. So I'll report back if I get anywhere with that. I'm just gonna have a nose. I want to at least have a nose at it and take some photos and have a proper look at it, and rather than being stood on a Cornish bank like 30 feet away, peeping over someone's fence like a right wrong'un. Oh, look at people playing tennis. Like everyone's out, everyone's loving it. It's great. It's such a good feeling. I was having conversations at work about with some of my team about like favourite seasons and stuff, and I still don't understand winter enjoyers, man. Because the issue I have for them is like every time you ask someone, oh, what's your favourite season, they say winter. You ask them what they you ask them what they enjoy, and they'll list a bunch of indoor activities. They'll be like, oh, I love snuggling up with a book and a blanket and a hot chocolate. And you're like, you can do that in summer, mate. Like, I know it's like, if you don't have aircon or your house is particularly hot, then it can be a little bit sweaty. And I've seen the argument of like, well, you can put a jumper on, but you can't necessarily take more clothes off, which it depends on the community you're in, I suppose. But yeah, no, summer, I like summer because I want to be out. I want to be out and loving life and enjoying it and going for walks without it just being like a mud pit, and riding the bikes, obviously. Bikes is the main thing. So summer's my favourite ultimately. Late spring though is lush because it's like it's getting warmer, but it's not like sweaty yet. And there's like the evenings are getting longer, but they're not all the way. But also being in Cornwall, summer can be a little bit frustrating because it's the nicest season, but then you've got all of the tourists here. So probably late spring is like the nicest balance of weather versus roads not being full of caravans all the time. I say blue skies, roads are dryish. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. And we'll get the Himy sorted. I'll speak to my my mate who owns it. We'll work out what's going on with that. Tell you what, might have to have an ice cream when we're up here. So I'm a bit keen. It's not that warm yet. Oh, nice. Is that KTM behind us? I think it is. Nice adventure, right? If it is, I dare say they'll roar past us. Or maybe not. It says they go backwards. Speaking of KTM though, they're still kicking, which I'm very glad about. They've well, for now, they've their whatever it is, creditors have approved their buyout, whatever it is, or approved their restructuring, I should say, and then they're surviving for now. They still got a bunch of money to raise, but they're, you know, they linger. I think they've sold off MV Augusta, and did they have Guzzi as well? I forget. I'm very glad of that because, like, especially I've never owned a KTM. My only real like personal contact is when I did my full A test. I rode the Duke for a few days, 690. Like, it's a good brand. I like that the brand exists. I know they've had reliability issues in the past, one of my colleagues used to have an RC125 and his entire foot peg assembly fell off while he was riding, which wasn't great. Like the entire foot peg and bracket and I think it was the left one, so I think it was the shifter, all came off as one, which isn't great. I know checkered flag when they were delivering my trans out, not that they're seemingly experts on reliable bikes, but they were saying they had I think it was a Duke they had in, or they had something in that was just like everything was broken on it, everything just was falling apart, electrical, like mechanical, all of it. But in general they're good bikes. I know they've got the camshaft thing, it's nowhere near as widespread as people are making it out to be, but I'm glad that they exist because they make bikes that no one else makes, you know. They're more interesting and varied than BMW. They're the only, you turning in there? No, you're just indicating because you like to indicate. Okay, good talk. Yeah, that's the car park I'm thinking of stopping at, and then I might walk up there. I'll probably stop in here actually. In fact, actually I'm going to stop in here now because I can, and because I fancy a drink. So I think I will probably leave you guys here unless I eat shit on this on this little bit here. That's not too bad. I did in one of these though. When I had my CB500S, I came into one of these a little bit hot because I was trying to get across before the oncoming car came, and I just stacked it straight in. Oh, it was gnarly. Maybe go to park. Actually, let's park over there between those two. Yeah, completely just ate it, smashed up the fairing, got my leg all stuck onto the bike. Oh, rough. I think I'm going to climb up, so I'm going to leave you guys here. I haven't got my selfie stuff, otherwise I'd take you up the hill with me, but and here we are, Dartmoor. It doesn't get better than this, really, does it? So yeah, I'm going to leave you guys here. Thank you very much for watching. As always, ride safe, enjoy the sun, enjoy the light, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.